Hi guys, so today we're actually going to be talking about Tommylee and everything that has been going on with him as far as the Jamaica Constabulary Force is concerned. I wasn't going to touch on this topic because I feel like Hubby Soulflow TV has done a very good job as far as covering it and expressing some of my thoughts as to the way how I feel about the whole situation. But I feel like stuff like this, when it happens, it needs to be brought to the forefront. It needs to be put out there for others to see and know that this is what's happening in Jamaica and this is how the Jamaica justice system is, so they can protect themselves, protect their family members, and understand the justice system and understand their rights as civilians living in a country like Jamaica. So, as you guys know, Tommylee performed at Magnum Kings and Queens recently, and he was going back and forth with Jamil with the whole diss track thing, and it was mounting a lot of success. It was gaining a lot of views, a lot of controversy. His career was taking off, basically. People there talk about him, so he start book shows and all that. Everybody there wonder how Jamil dropped 2 songs and Tommylee no answer. And Tommylee is not a dancehall artist that is known to back down from feud or clashing and any of that. He go up against Bounty Killer, so you know he's not afraid of nobody as far as lyrical warfare is concerned. We're on live. Next thing we know, people on our live are telling us that Tommylee actually get locked up, and we're like, we don't believe that. We haven't heard anything news, like the news has. We haven't heard the media put nothing out there or any of that. Well, the next morning we got up and it was all over the media that he actually really got locked up. And the people that were there when he got locked up said they came, guns drawn, made a mask on, didn't identify themselves as police officers or any of that. Just said that they came here. Excuse me. For Tommylee. And I have personal relationship with the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And my family do too. I'm sure my family don't like when we talk about it, but it's well documented, it's well put out there. It was in every newspaper. We were on TV, JCVM, so it's nothing for me to talk about. Police officers came to our house just like that, made mask on, guns drawn, to kill one of our family members, because they actually killed one of our family members, and they didn't think that was enough. They completely targeted our family for months. Stick up my cousin them, gun butt me 68 grandmother, 68 grand aunt in our face, bust up our eye, bust up our lip. So I've had instances and occurrence with the Jamaican Constabulary Force where I know that stuff like this happened, because it happened in front of my face. I was literally standing there, them with them mask on, guns drawn, gun on my cousin, gun on my cousin, about to kill him. But he was smart enough to scream out, and everybody in our area come out of the house, and they can kill him with witnesses. So they left, and the only reason why we know that those were police officers was because of her interaction, and they left in a police marked vehicle. So when them said them go for Tommylee, mask up, guns drawn, didn't identify themselves, is either they're doing a covert operation or they came to kill the man. Simple as that. And I'm talking from experience. This is not about no hearsay or any of that. This is actually real life experience that I've experienced with the JCF. That's well documented and well put out there. That's how they do. When them come with them face mask on and guns drawn, it's either covert operation or kill them come to kill you. And that's what it is. So when they said that, I was like, wow. The only reason why Tommylee didn't end up dead that night is because there were cameras around, because he just left an ATM and he had 3 other cars accompany him. Okay, that's said and done. Them carry him in, lock him up, for questioning, that's fine. They say he's a suspected lotto scammer. He's suspected of being funding gang violence. And a lot of people in Jamaica don't know the difference between suspected and actually convicted of lottery scam and funding gun violence. Suspected mean you're just a suspect. They don't have any evidence, they don't have any proof, they're just going on speculation. And until then, until them lock him up and charge him for stuff like that, then he's just a suspect. So he's innocent until proven guilty. That's how the court of law goes. But enough people like to prejudge because of the genre of music he does or the lyrics in his song. Nobody not tell Beyonce to change her lyrics when she talk about she ride dick like surfboard and all these things. But on one Tommylee changing lyrics though. Get the fuck out of here, man. But let's get back to the point. They held him for 72 hours questioning him. That's fine. They can do that. His lawyer then goes to the police station to file a habeas corpus to get him out. When the lawyer went to go to the police station in Kingston, where he was detained, basically, not arrested. He was detained for questioning. Tommylee was nowhere to be found. So his lawyer put out in the media that his client was actually kidnapped, because there's no way in hell that a person of his stature, the person with so many accolades to his name, is just going to disappear out of a police station and senior police officers do not know when, where, or how he left. So after the lawyer put out that his client was subsequently kidnapped and he don't know where he is or any of that, the JCF members subsequently put out in the media to clear their name and look good for people that he was transferred to Montego Bay. So Montego Bay is under state of emergency. When a particular place in Jamaica is under state of emergency, they don't have many, the police officers and the JDF don't have many rules and regulation. They govern that particular place the way they want to do it until they have the place in a certain conducive condition, basically. So basically they're acting as rogue officers of the state, and they are allotted a lot of leeway to do whatever they want to civilians and citizens. So that's why they transferred Tommylee to St. James, because they know that they can detain him for a longer period of time, and also because he's connected to St. James, not because he lives there, not because his family lives there, because he came from there. They know that they can have him there for a long period of time. That's why they did that. And if they did not move him from Kingston that habeas corpus that they filed in Kingston to get him out would have actually worked, because you can only detain somebody for questioning for a certain amount of time. So another lawyer had to get involved and go to Montego Bay to file another habeas corpus to get him out. And the judge in Montego Bay told the police officers that they have until next week Tuesday to figure out why they're detaining this man, or charge him, or let him go, basically. So this man have been in lockup for will be in lockup for over 2 weeks, basically, give or take a few days, with no charges. This is a person that makes a livelihood on him being outside, being able to do shows, book shows, and also music, doing his music. So you detain somebody for 2 weeks. Are you going to pay them their money that they would have made in that 2 weeks, when you subsequently don't charge him for anything and let him go? Or you're just gonna be like, oh, it's whatever, we detained you for 2 weeks and we do that because we can do that? That's you're violating, me can't even talk, someone's rights right there, violating them to the max. And Tommylee have gone through this over years, and this is why I was not going to actually talk about this, but it not sit good for my conscience, because I have a boy child. I'm about to give birth to a son, and the way I look at this is, Tommylee is somebody's son. Tommylee is somebody's child, regardless of where he come from. He don't live at Flankers anymore. He moved all his kids and his family from out of Flanker and moved to Kingston for years now, and they're still trying to connect him and pin gang related stuff and lottery scam on him, when there's corrupt politicians, corrupt police officers, pastors at Jamaica with a rape off Pitney, big bad man at Jamaica that's running rogue and killing people, murdering people. But you're going to go off of somebody that's in the public's eye, that you have been basically watching for years, but can't pin any evidence or any of that on, or find any negative thing that's related to him to pin him and send him to jail. Tommylee cannot change where he's from. He cannot change where he grew up. He cannot change who he was associated with. He cannot change the people that still live there and what they choose to do with their life. And that's what gets me. He's somebody's child. He could be anybody's child. And if they're doing this to somebody like Tommylee, imagine what they will do to your child, your uncle, your brother, your cousin, that don't have the status that Tommylee have, that can't afford Tom Tavares Finster as big shot lawyer, and don't have the bucketive like he do. It's either them charge him or allow him forever, allow him for good, because they circulated his picture on social media in a the man underpants and him kerchief round him neck, the same kerchief when did the pan him neck when he performed a Magnum Kings and Queens, disrespecting this man and this public figure in a dance hall and in the entertainment business, and nobody think to say anything about it. Enough people are talking about him need to change him lyrics and him devil worshipping and all of that. and that's why stuff is happening to him. Quite frankly, he's an entertainer. That's what entertainers do. They make up different personas. Nicki Minaj do it all the time, but y'all are not saying anything about it. There's plenty of artists that make up different personas, but a Tommylee on a hot for. And one thing I have to say, as far as Tommylee is concerned, Tommylee needs to watch him back in a prison where they detain him and outside, because I am convinced it's either they will kill him, set him up, or frame him. So like, it's either or either. It's one out the two. Set him up, or frame him, or kill him. And that's the thought process I have behind this case, because it's very, very disheartening that they can get away with stuff like this and no one says anything. No one says anything. It's disheartening. What if my son born and want to go to Jamaica, go live and be an entertainer? Would he have to go through all this stuff that Tommylee go through too? Really? I wouldn't stand for that. And Tommylee needs to sue them, or so get the NAACP or the United Nations involved, because he deserves, he is a person, regardless if you like his music or not. He's a human being and his civil rights are being infringed on. Simple. So comment in the comment section and tell me what you guys think about this story, because quite honestly, Tommylee go on different Caribbean country, go England, go chill out, or just leave Jamaica altogether, because me feel like them either kill him or set him up. That's how I feel. There's no way you can be investigating somebody for so many years and you can't find no evidence on them all now, and you are harassing them, making their life a living hell consistently, making them lose money consistently, putting his family through hell consistently, and you go scotch-free. There's no way in hell. And this is why I have such serious thoughts about the JCF and how they operate, because I've had first-hand experience with them. My family has had first-hand experience with them, and certain things that they have done to my family, it will never sit well with me, and they will never sit well with me. And I have family members in the JCF which are good officers, but that organization is corrupt from the root all the way up the tree. And that's all I have to say. Like, comment, share, subscribe to your girl here on YouTube. I'm up out of here, man. Deuces.